Who are these people?
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Who are these people?
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Don't be rude.
Who are these people?
All right, who are these people? All right, welcome to another
Hi, CBC.
wrestling talk. I don't remember which one it is. I'm sorry, but it's a lot. We've done a lot of episodes. I'm Andrew Rivera alongside Witchy Perfect, and this is a good day to be alive, I guess. I mean, that's all I could say.
Well, SmackDown was interesting last night. At least it made it interesting.
I didn't really catch it. I forgot, but
Oh, it's okay. So here's what happened. Basically, Cena came out and was a whiny little bitch as normal. And CM Punk came out, or at first Cody was in the ring with him, and he's like, yeah, I did take my eye off the ball, and I did underestimate you, but that's going to change. So then, so LA Knight comes out. Or no, sorry, Randy Orton comes out. Sorry, I kind of took out the lead there. So Randy Orton comes out and he says, basically, you guys, I love you, Cody, like a brother. You're like a brother to me, but I'm gonna get that belt, and if I have to go through you to get it, so be it. It's kind of like they're trying to do the Kurt and Brett thing before the King of the Ring. You know how Kurt and Brett were like friends and they were both baby faces, kind of like that with him and Cody. One was second generation though, and one is second generation, the other one is third generation. But then LA Knight comes out. Okay, so LA Knight comes out and makes himself part of the equation and says, I don't think, you were saying that you were planning for this and you were planning for that, but you didn't plan for LA Knight. Yeah. So
that's catchy. I'm not really a fan of his work in the ring, but that's catchy.
But it is catchy. Yeah, I admit that too. And so at the end of the segment, Ron Killings attacks John Cena, and basically they have to pull him off of John Cena. Cena's walking to the back, and Ron Killings kind of attacks him.
Yeah, I did see some of that on Twitter because I was scrolling through it. But yeah, then Cena gets mad and starts yelling at Nick Aldis. He turns his hat around to start yelling at him over that. So
well, then he comes back out to the ring and literally, challenges Ron Killing, come out here, R-Truth, get your ass out here, blah, blah, blah. More whining and bitching. And then CM Punk comes out. Wow, CM Punk comes out. CM Punk. All right, I was cheering. I couldn't help it. Even at work, I was doing this at work.
Yeah.
So CM Punk comes out and says, you know what? You can't call me a hypocrite because I'll see you in Saudi Arabia.
Which the entire IWC is melting down over, because Punk in the past said he would never work Saudi Arabia.
Well, he
Because
kind of
everything
has
they've
to.
done.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that he's against against Saudi government, 9/11. I get all that. But I mean, this would be, he says, you can't call me a hypocrite when I'm going to do my best to take you out. And then someone else comes out. I forgot who came out now. Someone else came out and got CM Punk out of the way. And from behind, Ron Killings again comes and attacks Cena and puts him in like a crossface kind of thing. And they have to pull Cena off or pull Cena out. The other one was Jacob Fatu. Solo Sikoa told him next week he will be in the ring with open arms. And he only wants Jacob to say 4 little words. I love you, Solo. And he will accept him back into the family, and the turn meant nothing.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. But my suspicion is Jacob would start fighting both of them, and then the newest member of Solo's faction, Hikuleo, will come out and beat him up and beat up Solo from behind, because he had. I did see him yesterday. We talked about it, but it was a dark match. He had a dark match against somebody. I forget who right now. One of the pretty deadly clowns. He beat him, of course, but the little bit that I saw, he seems kind of stiff and slow, and it's like they signed him last year, haven't used him yet, so.
Wow.
I don't know whether they looked at him. He's like, oh, well, he's a part of the Anawahi dynasty. So it's like, that's, he signed last year. They haven't really used him. I guess he's been down there at the Performance Center. But he still looks stiff and slow. And it's like, hopefully, because he's over 7 feet tall. So he's not going to work like the other members of the family. But I know that. But I still wasn't that impressed with him. So we'll see, what he does once they start using him on the main roster. But
the only other thing that is worth mentioning, because I'm not really interested in it myself, but Naomi looks like she was in her bedroom pajamas and called out Tiffany Stratton, and so basically they'd start talking, and then they're about to fight, and Nia Jax comes and attacks Tiffany Stratton. And then, Naomi's about to give the briefcase and get back in the ring, and Nia Jax says, no, you stay out. So their refrigerator is, back in it. Here comes Nia Jax. I don't know if she did not qualify for Queen of the Ring, I don't think.
Yeah, we got to talk about the Queen and King of the Ring qualifying matches. But first, so you got some big news yesterday after the show last night, so I just wanted to acknowledge this on air.
Yes. I actually got Karrion Kross, or he's known as Kevin Robert Kaiser, I guess. Kaiser. He actually is following me now. Yeah. So I'm very happy about that, because I want this man to be pushed. We need to push Karrion Kross. We need to keep at the fight. I don't know what WWE is doing. I don't know why they're taking so long and they're not pushing him, but he needs to be pushed. He just came out with his book was sold out. Now he had several copies of his book available. He has signed them. He said they are out of stock, but they will be back in stock soon. So look for that, fans, from him. Yeah, the refrigerator. That's what Jim Cornette calls Nia Jax. He calls her the refrigerator.
Yeah, so I wanted to acknowledge that Karrion Kross is following you.
Yes, Karrion Kross is following me. I'm like shaking, I'm like, oh
Yeah, we were on a thread discussing because I just did an Angel in the Afternoon, and honestly, that took a lot out of me that show last night. So that's why I really didn't watch SmackDown, but I did see some things on Twitter. So and then all of a sudden you come out with that, it's like, oh wow, that's cool, you know. But
Well, he's been liking a lot of my tweets lately. Again, because I'm like, come on, WWE, let's go. We want this guy pushed. And I said, we ain't stopping until he's either WWE champ or King of the Ring or something. He's got to be in something,
well, here
anything.
talking about that on Raw, they announced a fatal four way, one of the fatal four way qualifying matches for King of the Ring, and they had a mystery opponent. And I was like, oh, that's not going to be Karrion Kross. There's no way. Oh my God, there it is. That's his chance. And I'm like, there's no way. It turns out Adam Pearce announced after Jey Uso lost the belt, it's going to be Jey Uso. It was like, of course it's going to be fucking Jey Uso.
God damn it.
Yeah, because they got the fans' hopes up. It's like, it's better to do that than wait until Raw and then have Jey Uso come out as a surprise because he's
And
going to
not
get
Karrion
booed.
Kross.
He's going to get booed because they want to Karrion Kross. So it's better for them to say, "Oh yeah, it's going to be Jey Uso," and before the show. That way, it's not a disappointment. Once he starts coming out, you don't want Jey Uso getting booed.
Yeah, but no offense, it is a disappointment because we want Karrion Kross to be King of the Ring. I think that would be awesome for him to have that
Yeah.
that crown. Just like but again, I think this is more about doing the Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes kind of thing, who both qualified.
Steven says his lazy booking for Jay is like, yeah, he just dropped the belt and then he's right in King of the Ring tournament. So it's like,
Mr. Iguana, I keep seeing that guy everywhere.
rather have Mr. Iguana.
He's like, I'm like,
man is
no thanks.
that man is over. That man, after he got into the Worlds Collide show in the opening match, everyone fell in love with him.
Wrestled with the iguana, right?
Yeah. And I'm not sure if you've seen this match, but it would probably you'll be violently ill, or you'll be violent, break your TV if you see this match. So
But apparently, that's what people want. They want to watch
they
garbage.
wanted.
I don't know why.
No, I mean, here's the way I look at it. This is modern pro wrestling. It's sports entertainment. So you're gonna need to have your clownish kind of entertainment type character. R-Truth played that character brilliantly for years, but now he's gotten more serious. Towards the end of his career, now he's back to
I
being
couldn't
more
believe
serious.
he cut his hair.
Yeah, it was a great
I was
promo. We're gonna
like,
get to it in a
what the
minute,
fuck?
but so. Yeah, so that's why they are basically telling Mr. Iguana, you get a big push now. You're going to be on Raw or SmackDown. He's going to skip NXT. So basically, they're preparing him by having to learn some English, at least enough where he can at least talk. But he only speaks Spanish, so that's why. And I don't think he really speaks. I mean, I've never seen him speak, so he's just
I
basically
need
a
to learn
mime.
Spanish for heaven's sake. I only know like a couple of words. That's it.
All right,
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
so there's a couple big moments on Raw. R-Truth being one, turning into Ron Killings. Look, cutting that hair was symbolic because he had that hair for years as R-Truth.
Yeah.
But him cutting that hair was symbolism, like R-Truth no more. Now I'm just I'm new, I'm serious Ron Killings, and I'm ready to, kick some ass and take some names. And Gunther wins back his World Heavyweight title from Jey Uso in the main event.
I was kind of shocked about that. I wasn't really sure. I'm like, okay, and he did it right in front of his son too. And I think we were talking about that last night. Did it right in front of his son. I mean, even his son is kind of like, Dad, are you okay? Like, I don't know. He didn't know exactly how to react to all that. The poor kid.
Triple H is he's a what's what I'm looking for. He's an assassin. Like, he didn't care that his son was there. Jey Uso was gonna drop that belt back to Gunther. Like, no matter, he's an assassin. He's like, and even Dutch Mantel was kind of criticizing the WWE on his podcast. He's like, "Oh, the heels win way too often." This is the same Dutch Mantel when he was booking, heels are winning all the time. But he's like, even in like, damn, the heels win way too often, even for me. It's like on his podcast. So it's like, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, the baby faces do better chasing the belts anyways. Right now you have two heel world champions in Gunther and John Cena. Even John Cena sucks, I mean, as a heel. Steven
I mean,
says we
he's
need.
nothing but a whiny little bitch. That's
Yeah,
I keep saying, shut up, Cena, shut up, because nobody wants to hear a whiny little bitch.
Steven says we need Mr. Iguana and Danhausen together.
Danhausen.
I haven't thought about him in a while. He's still under contract to AEW.
Is he even
Because
still on TV?
no, he hasn't been on TV in a long time. That's why I forgot about him. I
I
mean,
mean, there
Tony.
you
Well,
go.
that's
Right.
because he committed a cardinal sin to Tony Khan. He praised CM Punk,
Ooh.
so he's gone. He's off. He hasn't fired him, but he's off television. So thank you, Harley. What do you think if Rollins win the world title? Wouldn't be surprised because he has Money in the
Ugh.
Bank for a reason.
I don't like Rollins, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. I
I
just don't
don't.
like Rollins. There's no appeal to Seth Rollins. He looks like he's, gay. That flamboyancy. And his wife literally looks like a man. That I think they have a little backwards, but maybe that's the gimmick. He's supposed to be flamboyant, and she's
Yeah, I
supposed to
do.
be, oh, I'm a
hmm
god.
Yeah, I do know
Okay.
Danhausen is close to his contract is close to expiring, so I would not be surprised if he ended up in WWE, especially with CM
I
Punk being there.
I just like the fact that because I had to laugh when Becky Lynch came out with the belt and was bitching about, but then she goes, I was supposed to be with my hot husband. I went, Seth Rollins is not hot.
Well,
Seriously, if I had a dog that looked like Seth Rollins, I would shave its ass and make it walk backwards.
So getting back to our truth, Ron Killings, his promo was it was fantastic. It was so much better than 99% of the modern wrestlers today. It's like that was not written for him. That
Right.
was Ron Killings talking, cutting that promo. That was not
Mhm.
written in a script and memorizing it. Fuck that. That was him because that reminded me of his run in TNA back when the company first started and they were doing the weekly pay-per-views. That reminded me of him then when he was the NWA's world champion, which didn't mean much even then, but it meant something a little bit. It reminded me of that. It's like, wow, I mean, he still has that in him. I
Did you
mean
know
that
that when Kurt Hennig came into TNA, he actually cut a promo against R-Truth? I've seen it. Yes, I've
uh-huh.
seen it.
Steven Lyra's vicarious husband looks like Napoleon Dynamite. He looks like a
Steven,
jabroni.
can I tell you something, Steven? Come here. Come here. Just between you and me, I thought that was a woman. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, if she wants to marry another woman, that's on her. And then I'm like,
hmm
oh shit, that's a guy. I'm
Yeah,
so
it
sorry.
was like apparently he's a wrestler in the British wrestling scene and independence, but
No idea.
I don't see him coming WWE. I mean, he looks like a just a skinny, scrawny little jabroni that Triple H would use a job guy on TV.
Mhm.
Like he wouldn't take him seriously as a somebody he would push. He barely pushes Karrion Cross, and then he's gonna push this fucking guy. No. All right, so that was a fantastic promo. One of the better promos I've seen in a long time. R-Truth can do anything. He could do serious and he could do comedy. He's one of the best at comedy too, if he wanted to do it. So
I'll have to find that
great.
interview for you. It's Kurt cutting a promo on R-Truth when he literally just came into TNA. So
Uh,
I'll have to find that for you
I know
sometime.
Kurt got hired into TNA like around that time. They were
Yep.
doing the weekly pay-per-views. So,
Mhm.
um, did you hear about Undertaker having open heart surgery right after WrestleMania?
No.
Yeah, he did a podcast. He has a podcast, so he's talking about it with his wife, and he was having irregular heartbeats and stuff. I saw the clips. So eventually, he went to the hospital, and they're like, you need heart surgery because he had an artery blocked or something. So it was
Oh my
scary. He nearly
god.
died.
Oh
This
my
is right
god.
after WrestleMania. He didn't really tell anybody about it, but he luckily he had the surgery and he's good now. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it was close.
we were almost saying rest in peace to the Undertaker. That would be kind of
hmm
ironic, but I mean, no.
Yeah.
Speaking seriously, get well soon, Mark. Um, I don't want to see anything happen to any
Yeah,
more wrestlers.
he kind of looked like he was like tired, like he seemed like he was sagging in his chair when I saw him, and he's like, he looked kind of old, and he's like, yeah, I mean, when you have heart surgery, you're not really supposed to be doing much physically anyway for a while, so
Mm-hmm.
he did look like he was haggard. Or haggard really means when you're drunk, but like he looked like an old
he
man,
looked,
basically.
yeah, he looked tired and tagged.
Yeah, yeah. So I just wanted to mention that, and I'm glad he's okay, and he got through it, but that was close. He could have gone right after WrestleMania. So let's see what else. Gunther is our once again the world's heavyweight champion again. He defeated Jey Uso in the main event of Raw this past Monday night. I knew he would get the belt back. I wasn't really that surprised that he got it back, especially since Jey Uso wasn't a long term champion anyways, and we all knew that. If you're
Mm-hmm.
watching the show and WrestleMania, I was like, he's not a long term champion. He needed to get this belt because, or if he lost again for the world title, nobody would take him seriously. He already got beaten by Roman Reigns like 2 or 3 times, and then Gunther beat him once. So he needed to get this belt at WrestleMania once he won the Royal Rumble. So they booked themselves into a corner, so they had to give him this belt. He got one successful title defense against Logan Paul. Of course, they protected Logan Paul. It was interference, and then he dropped it back to Gunther, which is he should be the world champion.
Yeah,
But
no
that's my
offense. Fuck
opinion.
Paul. Fuck you, Logan Paul. Go suck a dick. All right, sorry. I do not like Logan Paul.
Yeah, I mean that was really that. It was a good match, Of course, Jey Uso wants to spam super kicks, which is like his favorite thing to do. Like he's in 2K, 2K WWE 2K25 is spamming super kicks. Excuse me. So yeah, I mean Gunther avoided a few of them, left the ring. Is like, I'm not taking your super kick, and eventually he would win by sleeper.
Yeah.
He's put Jey Uso to sleep. And the fans seem to be shocked. I'm like, what? You expected Jey Uso to win this match? I mean, Gunther is like that belt is made for Gunther. It looks like as soon as he put it on, it's like that's the rightful world champion. Like he should be the champion.
Can you give me just like 5 minutes? Sorry.
Yeah, I
I need
guess.
to. Yeah, I'm sorry. Just talking about any topic, and I'll be right back. I promise.
Okay. So yeah, I mean Gunther. Gunther should be the world's heavyweight champion. I mean, he's like, that belt fits him. Once he puts it on, it's like, oh, that's the right thing to do. So eventually, we'll talk about it more when Richie comes back. But eventually, I already was reading this in the dirt sheets, and I usually don't take the dirt sheets seriously. But I do know, I do suspect, I did suspect that WWE would, Goldberg is looking for a retirement match, and it seems like Triple H is going to give it to him this year. So, Saturday night's main event is July 12th or the 13th. It's in that weekend. And it's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, which is Goldberg's hometown. And Triple H wanted the match to be for the World Heavyweight title. So it's going to be Gunther versus Goldberg for the World Heavyweight title and Goldberg's retirement match. So what I'm not hoping for is Goldberg wins this belt before he retires. I would bury the belt and he's just like, oh yeah, I won the world title and now let me just retire and you have a tournament to crown a new world champion. Like, no, fuck you, Goldberg. I mean, you're not. I just hope he's not getting this belt and he puts over Gunther the way that he should. Even if it's like a 5-minute match, I really don't give a shit. Just put over Gunther. So, let's see. Uh, Zoe had knee surgery, ACL. Yeah, she completely blew out that knee, and she had her other knee that was fucked too. So now when she comes back, she'll have both two knee braces like Steve Austin did. But difference is Steve Austin was over, and it didn't really matter how many knee braces he had. Gunther versus Goldberg looks like Saturday night's main event in his hometown in Atlanta or in Saudi. Apparently, Saudi loves Goldberg. Oh, Goldberg's worked plenty of times in Saudi, but this match should probably take place Saturday night's main event because it's his hometown of Atlanta. And another reason because they're going up against AEW's All In, which is their WrestleMania around in that weekend too. So they have to go they have to go all in. I'm not trying to. They have to go all in. I can't believe I just said that. No pun intended there, but they have to go all in to compete with AEW's WrestleMania, even though they can't draw and they're giving away free tickets. But I digress. WWE wants, they want more people watching their shows than watching AEW All In. And Saturday Night's Main Event's free. So would you rather pay $50 to watch what Omega versus Okada and Mercedes versus Tony Storm and Hangman Adam Page versus Ambrose John Moxley for the world title, and I mean that's the only matches that that I can think of on top of my head, but that's $50. Would you rather pay $50 or pay for free and watch it on NBC? Goldberg could win the title and Gunther gets it back in Saudi, but Goldberg's retiring after that match, and unless you're talking about the next Saudi event, because the Saudi event takes place at the end of this month, so that takes place in July. So that's it. The Saudi main event, the Saudi show will be before Saturday Night's Main Event, not after, unless there's another one that I don't know about yet. Well, I know Witchy's not going to like that, but I'll tell her about it when she returns. So that's what they're doing. So Goldberg apparently has been booked for Raw to begin that build for Gunther Goldberg at Saturday Night's Main Event, but that's not been officially announced. But
Well, I hope it's not Goldberg. Ugh.
Oh, it's gonna be Goldberg. I mean,
I know, but I was kind of. I mean, I hate that dude. Fuck Goldberg.
Oh, I do too. He's a motherfucker that kicked Bret Hart in the head
in
and
the face, and he also hurt Kurt too. He hurt Kurt Hennig.
Yeah,
I know.
So, yeah, we're basically talking about Gunther winning the world title and eventually getting that match with Goldberg, his retirement match that he's been angling for years. Like, he wants a retirement match, and he keeps, harassing Triple H about it. It's like, give the motherfucker his retirement match, so you leave me alone. So, he's going to get it at Saturday Night's Main Event, July 12th, which is, I think, the same night as All In, or it's the night after, but I don't remember exactly when All In is. So
yeah, we were talking about that last night because I was saying that All In is literally gonna be, the ratings are gonna be shit.
I
in the
said
toilet.
That it's Sunday.
As if they already aren't.
All In. No, this is not right. This is the one in London, July 12th, which is a is that a Saturday? July 12th. No, moron. 2025. Yes, Saturday. So All In is the same night as Saturday Night's Main Event. Mm-hmm. So what I was talking about with the audience was Goldberg. They're trying to compete with Saturday Night's Main Event, so they're gonna stack that Saturday Night's Main Event. So Goldberg versus Gunther is gonna main event that show, or at the very least be on the card. I don't know whether it's going to main event the show. I assume it will. It's Goldberg's retirement match in a hometown in Atlanta. So even though
I was going to say, because I mean, you have. Well, first of all, Goldberg can't win the belt because it's his retirement match. So if he's having his last minute match or last match ever, he's not going to go out with the title.
And I speculate. I said to the audience, God, I hope Goldberg doesn't insist on getting this belt to retire with.
It's his last match.
I know, but Goldberg's a mark for himself, so he's gonna want to win this final match.
That's true.
So I'm just hoping that they can convince him to basically put over Gunther and basically go out on his back like he's supposed to, because everybody in this business goes out on their back.
Unless they make it a non-title match and then kind of protect both of them. That way, Goldberg could go out with a win, and it's not for any titles.
They could beat Gunther that way, but it doesn't. You can very easily say, like Brock, when Goldberg came back at Survivor Series, one of the recent Survivor Series, he beat Brock in like a minute. So they can very easily, just put him over. Oh, it's Bill Goldberg. Of course, Gunther lost. It doesn't matter, So
yeah. Because he's not the champ, he can't take the belt with him. So
yeah, Great American Bats is No, it's All In. No, sorry, Saturday Night's Main Event. I think it is. hold on, what the hell's going on here? Is both shows on July 12th? Because I know that hold on a second.
I was gonna say Saturday night's main event is
That's
June.
July
I thought it
12th.
was July.
Yeah, it's July 12th. Great American Bash. Saturday, July 12th. Yeah, it's the same night as Saturday night's main event, so they're probably going to air both at the same day.
Well, I mean, they might do NXT's earlier.
Yeah,
Kind of
they'll
like
do
they
it
did Worlds
earlier.
Collide and then they
Yeah,
did Saturday night's main event.
they're probably going to end up doing it earlier in the day, and then Saturday night's main event starts at 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So both shows are competing with All In, which of course the AEW fans and all are melting down over this.
Oh
Let's
well,
see.
sucks to be them. Hey, it's not our fault that WWE put Saturday night's main event at the same time as your stupid program that nobody fucking watches because no one has $50 to throw in the fucking toilet at Garbage Wrestling.
Has anyone seen live wrestling around 1989? Notifications for all the audience dressed like favorites. WWE. I don't remember that. I mean, I haven't. Have you seen that
I
or
mean, I
no?
was only 3, so.
Uh, so yeah, they're probably gonna do both shows. NXT: The Great American Bash is taking place at Center Stage in Atlanta. Center Stage where they held Saturday WCW Saturday Night. So it's the
Of
same place.
course.
Yeah, so
Yep.
Center Stage in Atlanta. So they're doing that, and they're doing Great American Saturday Night's main event somewhere else in Atlanta. So I forget
So
what
could I
arena
ask
it
a
is.
question then? Are they in did they not think Jay Uso could handle Goldberg?
No, they needed a more. Well, I'm sure Goldberg would have been like, "Well, Jey Uso is too small. I'm not putting him over." So it's like if he's gonna put over a world champion, it's gonna be Gunther. It's not gonna be Jey Uso, you know. So
I
they
mean, I
probably
actually
did
feel kind
that.
of bad for Jey Uso now. I'd be like, this chump literally was hurting people in WCW and kicked Bret Hart in the face. And now Bret can't wrestle. Or couldn't
If
wrestle.
Brett never faced Goldberg, we would have gotten another 10 to maybe 15 years of Bret Hart in wrestling, one way or another. Because Bret wouldn't have retired. Because what? He was only in his early 40s or late 30s when that happened to him. Hold on. Let me see.
He was that was 99, right?
Yeah.
And Bret is 1 year older than Kurt, and
He's
Kurt was
67 right now.
yeah, Kurt was 41 in 99, so Bret would have been 42 ish.
We would have gotten another 10 years out of him.
Mm-hmm.
At least.
Same with Kurt.
Yeah.
If he hadn't passed.
Yeah, we would have gotten another 10 years out
I
of
mean,
him.
if you look at pictures of Kurt
Mm-hmm.
right before he passed, I mean, he was all kinds of buffed up. I mean,
yeah, he was.
I'm like, how much bigger did you want to get?
Well,
no, he, you know, he really got to the gym and really took care of himself. That was not steroids, guys. That was, you know, him just bulking up the right way.
Yeah. So that's Brett's 67 now, so that means
Kurt would have been 66.
Yeah, so he was in his early 40s when that happened to him.
Yeah.
So that would have put him another 10 years at least. And I don't know whether he would have gotten back with Vince earlier in order to work a retirement match. Well, he did work a retirement match. He beat Vince, you know, in a minute or two with the help of his entire family. It's to get revenge for Montreal. So his entire family beat up Vince, and you know, and Vince was let's say nice enough, or he was, you know, he realized, look, I did something fucked up to Brett, so let me make it up to him by letting his entire family kick my ass, basically, and put him over at a WrestleMania.
It was a kick my ass match. No.
yeah, yeah, it was.
I mean,
So
technically, yeah, he did owe the Hart family that at least.
he did owe it, yeah. So he was
unfortunately,
gracious
Martha
enough
Hart
to do that. Yeah.
just can't get over the fact that Vince really screwed over Owen, and still hasn't to this day really, forgiven him for what happened with Owen.
She's attached herself to Tony Khan, and it's like, what makes you think Tony Khan is honoring Owen Hart's legacy with
yeah, he don't give a damn
this
about Owen
tournament?
Hart.
The Owen Hart tournament is just garbage. Jeff Hardy had a garbage match with Darby Allin in an Owen Hart tournament match like 3 years ago. And I'm like, Owen Hart wouldn't do garbage matches like that if he were around still.
Nope.
There's no way he would do garbage matches like that. So you're just kind of shitting on his legacy there for no reason. And so just because you hate Vince and you hate WWE, even though Vince was gone by the time by the time she went with Tony, Vince was almost gone by that point. Yeah.
I remember WCW Nitro. Bret Hart wrestled Chris Benoit, same arena where Owen passed away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that they. I mean, WCW. No offense, didn't care about Owen either. Only because he ended up staying in WWE, and Eric Bischoff couldn't get him couldn't get him to WCW because that was kind of the package deal. They wanted to keep Owen, they didn't want Bret anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of screwed Bret, and Owen was just kind of left, tattling in the wind, so to speak. He was just hanging.
Bret defeated Chris Benoit in the same arena that Owen passed like 6 months later. They happened to be booked in the same arena, WCW. So, and of course, Bret chose Chris Benoit to work with because they had similar styles, and that was a great match. One of the better matches WCW had at that era, because by that point WCW was kind of on its way down. So Bret was, they had a great match, and Benoit put him over as he should have. And that was a nice moment there, but it was just fucked. So let's see. AEW All In is July 12th from Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. It's where the Texas Rangers play, by the way. So I guess they're going to be on the road during that. Or is that during the All-Star break? I think it's during the All-Star break. That's why they're not playing. It happened to be available. Anyways, AEW is offering all elite VIP experiences. Like, anybody cares about paying for
I ain't
VIP
paying an arm and a leg,
experiences.
and as my dad would say, a left nut to go see garbage wrestling. No offense.
Look at it. Look at. So this is their official website. I was looking at it, and look at this. Premium lower level seating, exclusive access to Lexus Club, pre-show appearances by AEW personalities, photo with championship belts inside a Lexus Club, AEW VIP credentials, AEW VIP concierge representative, dedicated early entrance, and crowd-free shopping for $550 per person.
Keep it.
So
I don't even make $550 a week. What makes you think I want to spend it on fucking garbage wrestling?
So it gets worse. Champion. This is a champion package. Floor seating, commemorative chair, exclusive access to American Club, pre-show appearances by AEW stars, photo with championship belts inside AEW VIP credentials, complimentary seats to Friday, July 11th ROH show, Ring of Honor, premium merch pack, AEW concierge representative, dedicated early entrance, and crowd-free shopping for $1,050
I just want to say one
per
thing.
person.
I don't want to hear the bullshit prices about WWE when this shit is worse. I ain't spending $10.50 on literally shitty wrestling.
For $13.50, you get premium floor seating, first 5 rows, commemorative chair, exclusive access to Germania Club, whatever that is, pre-show appearances, AEW stars, same thing, VIP credentials. Let's see what's different. Pretty much the difference is exclusive access to Germania Club for $1,350 a person, whatever that is. Oh, by the way, pricing does not include Ticketmaster fees, subject to change without notice. That's true for all of them. So, and this is 3 matches they announced so far. The AEW World Heavyweight Championship between Jon Moxley and Hangman Adam Page. the AEW Women's World Title match between Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné. The AEW Unified Championship match between Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega. So that's only
Yeah,
3
I wouldn't
matches
pay
they've
a cent
announced.
to watch that shit. I wouldn't pay a cent. Not 1
Winner
cent.
takes all. So it's winner
Yeah.
takes all because between Okada and Omega.
Well, what is up with Omega? Why is he dressing like a woman? Did anyone see that on X? They had Kenny Omega in this like anime costumes, like he was some kind of fucking transvestite. What the fuck is that all about? I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, why is he dressed like Little Bo Peep? He's a guy. You're
Cheaper
supposed to
than
be a guy.
WWE. Cheaper than WWE paying $5,000 a ticket. Look, there better be cheaper. It's AEW. It's like WWE for WrestleMania. They were we went over the prices. They were charging like $10,000 per person, and that
Right.
was
I
your
understand
cheapest
that,
ticket
but I mean,
package.
this is just getting outrageous, guys. Nobody who's poor like me or you, Angel,
Mm-hmm.
can even go to wrestling because we can't afford it.
Hell, when Vince was in charge, excuse me, when Vince was in charge, I used to go
You're
to
drinking without me, damn it. I'm joking.
when Vince
Oh.
was in charge. I I would go to Raw and SmackDown and house shows all the time because general admission was $20. General admission was $20, so we would go in, and it encouraged me to spend money
Mm-hmm.
because it's just $20 to get in. So,
Yeah, but
and
how
they
much
had
were
a show.
shirts?
The time was $25
Oh,
for
that's
a
not
shirt.
bad. Yeah, that's not
It,
bad.
yeah, so that's when I bought that Triple H shirt that I wear occasionally, with the fire and with the skull and stuff that I wear in the
No.
show occasionally. Which is like 15 years old, by the way. They're good quality. Those T-shirts. They're Vince
I would
put
have
out.
a Mr. Perfect shirt on.
Yeah.
I have a Braun Breaker shirt right now, but nobody can see it. Okay,
Steven
hold on.
says, "Take it. She's not an AEW fan. Nope, I'm
No,
not
I'm
either.
not. See? Braun Breaker, baby.
Uh huh. Yeah. So
Braun
that's the 3
Breaker.
matches they've announced. That's the
But
3.
yes, I would have a Mr. Perfect. And are you going to show that clip of that girl crying when she met Cody Rhodes? I'd be like, that's me, but I'm meeting Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
Instead. I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah. I
Mr. Perfect.
mean,
Oh my God, I love you. I'd be making a blubbering thing out of myself.
so yeah, I'm like, all in champion challenger. I mean, Tony's acting like he's WWE, but who would pay? They have to give away free tickets to people in order to get
And
them
they
to
can't even do
come.
that.
Yeah, so they're trying to fill up Globe Life Stadium in Arlington, and it's like 40,000 seats or 45,000 seats. They're hoping to get 30,000 at least. So it's like, yeah, good luck
Well,
with
and they
that.
only usually their Dynamite and
Globe
Collision only get like what 2-3
Life,
thousand, if that.
yeah.
I mean, their shit is in the shit.
hmm
Even their shit is in the shit. And no, I
So
don't like AEW. I don't.
So the capacity for Globe Life Stadium is 40,300, and that's for baseball. So for wrestling, it could be up to 50,000 plus because they use, it's not just the seats outside; it's that they put seats on the field in
Right.
order to. It's like when Vince Senior used to do Shea Stadium shows back in the 70s.
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah,
Well, I've seen them. I wasn't
yeah,
alive yet. I
yeah.
mean,
But we would watch.
we weren't alive
I've
yet.
watched some of them, but yeah, the Shea Stadium shows they would have more seating capacity because they would put seats on the field.
On the
So.
field, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And then they'd have like it'd be the wrestling ring, right? It'd be the wrestling ring,
Yeah.
and then there'd be seats all around it, just going back to where the bleachers were, and then there would be seats on the bleachers. So, I mean, they really knew how to. Even AEW when they did like an all-star cast with all the other territories, because Kurt and Scott Hall were a part of that. I don't remember. I don't remember Super Clash or what it was, but it was something like that. It was something similar to Super Clash, where they would just get all these people here from different, like the NWA, from AWA, Portland, and all the major one. Florida, I think, is another one that they would bring. But I'm guessing Ric Flair was there, and then also Dusty Rhodes too.
Yeah. Steven says Ring is going to be at center field.
Good for them.
So it's
And then they'll have the seats around, I'm sure. But
yeah.
I mean, Tony's just, I don't know, for some reason trying to bring back the glory days of the territories. Guess what, Tony Khan? Territories are gone.
Yeah.
Sayonara. They haven't been a thing since the 80s.
This is interesting. So CM Punk was at the No Kings
CM
protest in Chicago apparently. So this is it looks like him.
Hi, CM Punk.
Yeah, that
CM
looks like
Punk.
him. It
CM
looks like his
Punk.
tattoo. That's definitely him. He's at the No Kings protest in Chicago today.
Whoop, whoop.
So they're holding him around the country. In fact, there's one where I live about 10 minutes away. I didn't go because it happened to be raining today.
I had to
So
work.
I didn't show up to the. I was gonna cover it like a reporter, like a journalist, but it was raining. It's like nah. But there's Punk in front of Trump building in Chicago. So he attended the protest apparently.
Look
So
at all the it had a picture of a clown and said, well, he's a liberal. Fuck you. Go suck a dick. Who
yeah,
cares?
not surprising. He's a childish Chicago liberal.
Yeah,
That
fuck
was what it
him.
said.
Fuck
So
you. CM Punk at least stands for something. I don't see you out there standing for anything.
yeah,
Idiots. Sorry. I like CM Punk. He really is growing on me. And I loved him on SmackDown. I was just like, CM Punk and CM Punk.
yeah.
So I was very happy to see him.
Yeah, so let's see. So this but the bottom this AEW All In is just so it looks like shit, and it's supposed to be their WrestleMania All In,
Right.
and I'm like Moxley and Adam Page for the world title. It's like, what makes you think you're gonna draw 30,000 people for that?
They can't even
Uh,
draw, like, again, they're like, what, 2,000-3,000 people, even for Collision and
that
Dynamite.
that match is for their hardcore Markish fan. It's not for mainstream audience in Texas that would come out to see this big event. Their
Right.
WrestleMania
It's not
and
like the Von Erichs, in
Mhm.
Texas.
Oh
For
yeah,
some of
they
you newer, younger fans, the Von Erichs, look them up. Look up the Von Erichs.
it's
I barely remember Carrie, but I only remember Carrie because
mhm,
it was him and Kurt at SummerSlam, and that's why I'm a
mhm,
huge Mr. Perfect fan because it was SummerSlam 1990, Carrie Von Erich, the Texas Tornado versus Mr. Perfect.
yeah.
That was the
So
day.
apparently
I
the
was
A
4.
apparently the AEW Unified Championship is supposed to be like a second world championship in AEW. That's their plan. But that tells me that Moxie is actually going to retain this belt of All In. He's not. Adam Page is not going to beat him
Adam Page
because.
was never supposed to. I mean, this is just like dangling the carrot in front of someone and saying, "Come on, take the carrot," and
Mhm.
then you pull it away as soon as they go to grab it.
I could sit down right now and come up with a better card for this show because this
Mm-hmm.
is terrible. Uh, there's no way I would do Moxley and Hangman Page. I would do Bobby Lashley as a champion versus either
Or Shelton Benjamin. I
Wardlow,
mean,
or Powerhouse Hobbs.
yeah, anybody other than
I
Page,
would do
Hangnail
Bobby as
Page.
soon as I got Bobby Lashley in. It's like, yeah, just making the champion, have him kill Moxley and kill the whatever they're called now. I forget what they're called right now, but that group.
And can we please get away from sticking the syringes in people? I'm tired of
Mhm.
seeing that. That's not a wow factor anymore, guys. I didn't like it the first time. I sure as heck didn't like it the second time. Just stop doing
So
it.
that would be my main event for the world heavyweight title. I would still do Okada versus Omega because that got to satisfy the hardcore marks, and they would love to see that match. I would probably do Tony Storm and Mercedes, but that
I mean,
wouldn't be my main
Mercedes doesn't
event.
bring in the she when she's
that's the
on, and this
problem.
is
She doesn't.
consistent that when she's on, the fans kind of go, yeah, I've had enough of this. Bye.
Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, after it's been 6 months and it's not going to get any better, I would probably just let her go and let her go back to WWE at this point. It's like,
As
yeah, this,
Sasha Banks, though.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I mean, she'd probably be more over as Sasha Banks than Mercedes at this point.
true.
So I would probably just let her go and have Tony Storm wrestle anybody else for that world title. Megan Bain, build her up properly and let her beat her at the pay per view.
Yeah, but Tony don't do that.
Yeah,
His booking skills leave a lot to be desired.
I would do Omega and Okada, but it wouldn't be for the unified championship. It would be a
Mhm.
one-on-one match in the U.S. for the first time ever because the first 4 matches was in Japan. So
Of course.
got to satisfy the AW mark somehow. So
And I guess
that's your
Ostrich
match.
is just, out of it. Is Ostrich even have a match?
As of now, he's not booked for anything.
Well, then why even have him on AEW wrestling? I mean, it's literally useless. He's actually the only good one, bruv, that we know of. I mean, he was supposed to be a star. What happened? Omega just kind of went, and Ostrich just kind of lost it.
Osprey, he's a clown.
Yeah, I mean,
Honestly, I
it's
mean
like it's almost like
go ahead.
well, LA Knight and not well, the people that I think are just in WWE now just to get other talent over. LA Knight is one of them. Bailey is the other one. Oh crap, there's another one. Literally, you see him in top matches, but they always just get other talent over. Andrade, I think, is the other one I was thinking of. Because these guys aren't going to win Money in the Bank. These guys are not going to win King of the Ring. They're just there for the hell of it in these 4-way matches. For some fucking reason, Triple H thinks a fatal 4-way is the way to go. Why can't we just do it like we did the first King of the Ring they ever had in 1993? They had matches, one-on-one matches. And I mean, hell, Doink and Mr. Perfect, they had 3 matches because they kept going to TV limit time draws. Just go back to that. This other shit, I don't know what you're doing. You're putting people in matches that don't need to be in matches. Aleister Black does not need to be in a King of the Ring qualifier. He's a jabroni. He's He's an AEW jabroni. He shouldn't even be in a wrestling ring. He shouldn't be Aleister Black. He should be in some fucking goofy indie thing, getting his someone pissing in his mouth. I don't know. I just don't like Aleister Black. I'm not impressed with Aleister Black. I'm not impressed with Penta. I'm not impressed with Ray Phoenix. I'm not impressed with those guys. Who I am impressed with is Stephanie Valkyrie, even though she was only in AEW for like a stint.
She had one match where she put over Mercedes for her championship, and then she went to WWE right after that.
Right.
NXT,
so it's like immediately she got her mind right and went to WWE. I would like to see more from Roxanne Perez. I think she still has some more. Putting her in the Judgment Day group, I think, was a good move because now she can kind of feed off of other people and find herself and find her groove. I want to see more from her. Not really interested in Julia. I didn't see anything that impressed me with her. Stephanie Valkyrie, though, impressed me a lot. And I don't really get impressed with women wrestlers other than Rhea Ripley, but because she's Rhea Ripley. But I mean, I don't like the Refrigerator. I don't like Tiffany Stratton. I sure as hell don't like Charlotte Flair. I wasn't really impressed with her, even though she's supposed to be second generation and, just as good as her dad. Not really impressed with Naomi either, or Jade Cargill. Or even Bianca Belair. Not really impressed with her.
Yeah, so he had that's AW All In. Yeah, I mean WWE is they're
smoking hot compared to AEW at this point. They have more to
Yeah,
look forward to.
I can't. I'm astonished that that's their three main matches that they're promoting. When I wouldn't even do two of them
Yep.
at all. Moxley and Hangman, I wouldn't do that in a million years. You're trying to get 30,000 people to show up, and you're expecting to do it with Moxley and Hangman and Tony Storm and Mercedes. Mercedes can't get a reaction. And every time she's on the
Mm-hmm.
screen, her ratings go down.
Mm-hmm.
So you're expecting to. That's your three main matches to fill a four. Actually, it's a 40,000 seat stadium, but they want at least 30,000. AEW, that was their goal, and I'm like, so your first All In got 70,000, your second one got 60,000, and now you're looking at 30,000. I mean, you're it's just doing that instead of going up.
Yep. I mean, it is what it is, and I hate to say it, but I just don't. Again, they're circling the drain, and they're almost in the drain, and yet and
Hmm.
people are like, "Well, you don't know they're doing on Max, and neither do you, idiot." And anyone who
According
says they know is an idiot and a liar.
according to Warner Brothers Discovery, they're only doing like 60,000 on Max per week. So they've because WBD is publicly traded, so they have to come out and give out the numbers to their investors. So
Right.
they're only doing like 60,000 a week on Max, so it's not going to affect the rating that much. They're
Because they
barely
keep
getting.
they keep losing everybody. That's the problem, or not the problem, but I mean they keep losing what they lost when they put Dynamite and Collision together. They literally ended up with like 300,000, like a
Hmm.
little over 300,000 by the time it was
And
all said and done. They lost like 300,000 people.
hmm so let's see what else. So yeah, that's just not good.
I mean, I don't feel sorry for them because they knew this going in that it was garbage wrestling from the beginning, and we were all hoping it was something it wasn't, and it turned out to be garbage wrestling.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
yeah, it's not good.
no.
So that's that. So
Well, we can talk about okay, the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring qualifiers. I think one is Jade Cargill, the other one is Randy Orton, and the other one is, of course, Cody Rhodes. Which I think like I said, they're trying to bring back the whole, Brett versus Kurt, Mr. Perfect versus Brett the
yeah.
Hitman Hart at King of the Ring. Uh, when they had that babyface versus babyface match. I mean, because that's kind of what they were hinting to when Randy Orton came out. And he's like, I love you like a brother, Cody Rhodes, but if I have to, I'll go through you to get to that belt. So
Hmm.
I don't think that's going to happen because, again, it's Randy Orton, and I don't think he's going to get any title matches. And like I said, I hate to say that because, I mean, I do like Randy Orton, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, but I do. Randy's okay. I mean, just okay. I'm just kind of ambivalent towards him.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
Mm.
when it comes to who's going to be King of the Ring, oh boy, that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Cody Rhodes, but I think it might be Randy Orton, or not Randy Orton. It probably is someone we don't think it is, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like what they did with Naomi, which I was kind of shocked and surprised about that. Same with
Yeah.
Queen of the Ring. I think it's going to be either Nia Jax or maybe Charlotte Flair if they stick her back in there. But where has she been? Where has Charlotte Flair been? She hurt again?
No, she's just not in right now. Where is? I can't find that video with the crying Cody fan at the liquor store.
Hang on.
Can you find it? Because I would like to. Yeah. Oh, I think I tagged you in it. Hold on. Let me.
Yeah.
Or did I bookmark it? I know I tagged you in it, but mm,
Notifications.
I didn't bookmark it. But
Because you also bookmarked me. It was who was your all-time favorite, hands down person, and it
yeah.
was theirs was Bret Hart, and you're like, of course you're gonna pick Mr. Perfect. I'm like, yep, and I did.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I sent it in chat.
Yeah. 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 So yeah, this is the one that. Oops, I tagged you in. So we'll go to clips in a second. I just. So yeah, this is Cody's appearance at a liquor store somewhere in the country because he's sponsored by Wheatley, the vodka company. So
Right,
he
right.
showed up at the liquor store here to as a personal appearance. So
That would so be me. I'm like, oh, Mr. Perfect, I can't
uh-huh,
believe it's you. You'd be like, stop crying. You're getting my suit all wet.
uh-huh.
Oh my god. But I would be very excited,
Cody Rhodes. Go see Cody Rhodes. He just happened.
Oh my god, she put on a bracelet. I can't stop crying. It's Mr.
Uh-huh.
Perfect. Oh my. Yeah, that
Now,
would be. Oh, I have that picture now. I'm gonna post that and be like, I could love uh, CM Punk even more. I could love him any more than I already do. Stop it, CM Punk.
um,
I don't want to be on your side.
yeah. So before we get to some of the other clips, I have to. There's another one I got to do, but I'm gonna have to wrap this up here on YouTube because have you guys ever seen WWE posted this on their WWE retro? What is it? Not retro. It's their YouTube channel where they show all the old wrestling and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it's called.
Vault,
The
WWE
Vault.
Vault.
Yeah, the Vault. Yeah. So, anyways, have you guys? I'm not sure you ever seen it, but I'm talking about the match that Bret Hart had with Tom McGee in 1986. Like they
Also,
find
don't
they.
forget that other the YouTube channel that I showed you before, similar to the WWE Vault channel.
Uh huh. Yeah. So, anyways, they WWE Vault they found that old match between Bret Hart and Tom McGee, who was supposed to be the next Hulk Hogan. At least that's what Vince thought.
Right.
Uh, I'm not sure. Yeah, I assume if you like old wrestling, you know who Tom McGee is. He's supposed to be the
Yep.
next Hogan, but he wasn't. And anyways, yeah. So that match was finally found, and it's like 6 or 7 minutes. It's not long, but yeah, I just wanted to go over that. But yeah, I mean, so we're gonna go over to the other channels. So I want to thank everybody for watching this show. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll be back next Saturday for more pro wrestling talk. And Angel in the Afternoon will be on Fridays at 7. So I want to thank everybody for watching here. Go for the all my other channels where we'll be continuing the show. Have a nice weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next Saturday. So yeah, let me actually get off of this.
Yeah, he was on The Simpsons. Bret Hart was on The Simpsons like twice, I
Right,
think.
right. Yeah, he was. All right, there you go.